Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a quick video, give you 3 reasons why people fail in business, more specifically the network marketing business. Chances are if you're watching this video, you're probably looking for ways to generate leads, maybe get more sales, maybe get more signups into your primary business. And maybe you're scratching your head, just trying to get things going. So hopefully this will provide some value for you. And then I'm going to show you a system, a marketing system whereby you can actually create that upfront cash flow even before people even see your primary business. And if people don't join your primary business, you can actually have a way to profit from people saying no. How cool is that? Right? So real quick, guys, workwithjamie.com. You can actually check that site out. I'll leave a link for that down below. But let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. 3 reasons why people fail in business. Number 1, they have the wrong expectations. Okay. They have the wrong expectations. Most people get into a network marketing business, or perhaps maybe you're an affiliate marketer or an internet marketer, or I don't know. I don't know what business you might be in, but these are kind of universal principles here. When people start with the wrong expectations, they're almost guaranteed to fail. Okay. Most people, they see a sales video, or they see a couple of videos, or maybe they go to an event and they see people walking across a stage, and they just have this perception in their mind that it's going to be quote unquote easy, right? They'll be able to get rich quote unquote quick. And it's just not that way. When you get into a business, especially a business like this, or a network marketing business, home business, affiliate marketing, there is going to be a learning curve. You need to understand there's going to be a learning curve. And not only that, it takes time for your marketing to catch up, right? Now, of course, there's ways you can speed that up. There's paid advertising. We can talk about that all on another video, but just understand that typically it takes anywhere from 2 to 5 years to build even a strong foundation to have a business that, will, be profitable and can generate you residual passive income for years and years and years to come. Now, here's the deal. You're going to be working for the next 2 to 5 years anyway, right? That's something one of my mentors told me early on. He said, Jamie, you're going to be working for the next 2 to 5 years anyway. Why not put some time and energy and effort into something on the side that you have the potential to get rich? No, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get rich, but you have the potential, right? Because at your job, do you have the potential to get rich? I was like, no. So he goes, look, let's set aside some time, 2 to 5 years. One thing you got to promise me though is you're going to do it for 2 to 5 years. All right. Put some, so what he did was he actually put the right expectation. He put the right expectation in my head that it wasn't going to be an overnight thing. So if I got some rejection, if I had a bad day, if maybe, I was supposed to have an appointment or a meeting with somebody and they didn't show up. I mean, I'm dating myself, obviously, right? I'm old school. This was back in the 90s where you would actually have to sit down with somebody, maybe at a Starbucks or a coffee shop or something like that, and show them a presentation face to face. Nowadays, we have social media, Zoom, um, all sorts of stuff, right? But it's still the same, right? I mean, you can still have bad days. People are still going to say no, right? When you have things that happen like that, it doesn't really phase you because you're here for the long term. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Right now, there's a couple of sprints that you might have to do to get things going, but you have the right expectation. Because look, even in college, like if you're going to go to college, right, you're not going to go there the first day and tell your professor, hey, I'm here first day, and next week I want to have my degree, right? It just doesn't work that way, right? It takes time. It takes time. So guys, understand that, you have to have the right expectations if you're going to build a business, because if you start with the wrong expectations, you're probably going to get blown out the business. Now, that doesn't mean you have to starve your way for the next 2 to 5 years. There's ways you can make money, and you should make money through that. But I'm talking about building a foundation that'll be a strong foundation for you to build a business that'll pay you for years and years and years to come. That's what you want, right? You want to be able to invest your time and energy for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And then if you want to kick back, and now you have residual income coming in, and you have the lifestyle freedom, right? That's That's the dream, right? So again, why do people fail? Number one, they have the wrong expectations. Number two, they're not consistent. They're not consistent. They stop and go based on how they feel, right? Think about if you're in a car, and you're just stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Number one, it's probably going to destroy the car, right? But number two, it just you never get momentum going that way. You never kind of get traction. You never get things going. And that's how people are with their business. They're stop and go, stop and go. One day they feel good, the next day they feel bad. The one day they're on an emotional high, right? Somebody, joined or something like that. And then the next day they're just, beating themselves up, having a pity party because the same people, the same person who joined yesterday, they're nowhere to be found today, right? Isn't that the way people are with their business? It's just how they feel. And one thing you need to understand, guys, you have to be consistent regardless of how you feel, right? Regardless of how you feel, you need to maintain an even keel. If things are going great, things are going not so great, you need to maintain an even keel. One of my mentors early on, when I got started in this industry back in the 90s, he said, Jamie, things are never as bad as they seem. He said, things are never as good as it seems. Things are never as bad as it seems as well. So you got to maintain an even keel and just be consistent and have a daily method of operation. Just every day, just do what you need to do, and over time, those little activities will start to accumulate. Right? There's a guy out there named Jeff Olson. Some of you guys may have heard of him. Some of you guys may have not. But he's pretty big in the industry. He wrote a book called The Slight Edge. And in that book, he says, one of the keys to success is doing a little thing, but doing it every day over an extended period of time. And that little thing, that little, whatever it might be, maybe it might be, do an exposure, do a meeting, do a phone call, do a Zoom meeting. Now they have Zoom meetings. Back then they didn't, right? But that one thing, but you do it every day consistently, like clockwork, religiously, over time will lead to major significant results, right? You think about it like this. Let's say, for example, let's take exercise, right? Let's say you take a walk for 30 minutes. Like one thing you want to be doing, something that I'm implementing myself, is just being active for 30 minutes, right? Just maybe taking a walk, maybe a brisk walk, but you do it, right? Maybe in the beginning of the day, maybe towards the end of the day, maybe during your lunch break, whatever, anytime you have that, you can squeeze it in, you get your 30 minutes of activity. Might be just walking, right? Well, if you do it for one day, it's not really going to make a major impact on your health, right? You take a walk, and then we've all done that. We've all taken a walk, and then nothing really happened, right? But if you do it every day, I'm talking every day, for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, do you think it can have an impact on the way you feel, on your health, on your weight? Probably, right? Let's take another example, maybe a negative example, just to give you an idea here, just something to contrast that first example with. Let's say you go to McDonald's, not throwing shade at McDonald's, right? But let's say you go to McDonald's and you eat a Big Mac. We've all eaten Big Macs, right? Probably, right? You eat a Big Mac. Well, if you eat a Big Mac for lunch today, nothing really major. It's bad for you, right? But nothing major is really going to change. You're going to go about your day and no big deal, right? You'll forget about it. But what if you eat a Big Mac every day, right? Probably sickening thinking about it, right? But let's say you do it every day for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. What if you ate a Big Mac every day for lunch for 3 years straight every day? Would you have a health issue or a major challenge? Probably, right? Chances are you're not going to be in good shape, right? See, it's something little that may not seem like a big thing today, but if you do it over and over, good or bad, will have significant results down the road. See, when I learned that concept of the slight edge, I started to become more consistent, right? Because the key to this business, or the key to business, any business or anything that you want to accomplish, is to be consistent regardless of how you feel. Just do something daily, right? Most people are not consistent. They take they try to invite somebody to a Zoom meeting or to a presentation or something like that, or that person's not interested, or they don't come, or they don't show up. What happens? They beat themselves up for 3 or 4 days, and they're just kind of out of the loop. They don't do anything. Then they get excited again, and then they do another activity, right? But see, that stop and go, it's not going to work. You just never get momentum. Eric Worre gives the example of a plane that's getting off the runway, right? You need to get momentum to take off. You can't stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. You're just never going to get the momentum, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Number three, and this is the last one, guys, why people fail in business is they're not doing income producing activities, IPA, right? Income producing activities, right? There's a lot of activities that you can do when you're building a business, right? And again, chances are you might be a network marketer, affiliate marketer, I don't know, but you're doing all sorts of activities that don't affect directly the bottom line. There are things that you can do, right? And things that you probably should do, but they're not affecting the bottom line and giving you results. Let me give you an example. Most people in network marketing, what they do is they go into their back office and they fiddle around in their back office and they press all the tabs and they read all the documents, right? And they can kind of go down this rabbit hole in an hour, right? They spend an hour in their back office, right? And then maybe they'll click through maybe some training videos, and another hour will pass, right? Where they're just kind of watching training videos of people, leaders in their company, explaining to them what to do, how to do things, et cetera, right? Not saying you shouldn't do those things, but you can do those things in your off time, off hours, maybe late at night, maybe, real early in the morning. What you should be doing is taking those same 2 hours that you just wasted fiddling around in your back office and watching training videos, and you should have been talking to people about your business, making a phone call, contacting somebody, messaging somebody, trying to get an appointment, trying to get a presentation, presenting the business, getting a customer, right? Those are income producing activities. Most people, they do every other activity just to avoid actually doing income producing activities. And that's why they can't get their business going, right? They say, man, I've been doing this for a week. I've been doing this for a month. I've been doing this for 2, 3 months. I just can't get things going. But if they actually really looked at what they were doing for the last month, 2 months, 3 months, was it income producing activity? I was taught back in the day when I first got started, income producing activity was either trying to, again, I was old school, right? This was in the 90s. Right now we have Zoom and all that stuff. Back then we had to do stuff face to face. But they said, if you're, the only two things you should be doing is you should be on the phone trying to get an appointment, right? Or number two is actually presenting at an appointment. Those are the only two income producing activities that we want you to do. Most people don't do that, right? I mean, this might be tough to hear, but I mean, it just is what it is. Most people fail in business because they just, they're just not doing the right things. So hopefully that gave you some value, guys. If you're looking to generate leads, get more sales, get more signups, you really definitely want to check out workwithjamie.com. It's a link down below. You can take a look at Home Business Academy. There's so much value back there, so much value. There's tons of training. Now, again, don't sit there and watch all the training. They have a lot of training back there. Watch some of that training during your off time, but then you focus the rest of your time and energy doing income producing activities, guys. Okay. I mean, you look at how much training there is back here. This is the Funnel Builder Academy. Tons and tons of training, guys. Okay, this is the HBA Premium. It teaches you how to get traffic, convert that traffic to sales and signups. Just each one of these tabs will lead you to, a series of videos that you can watch. But there's a ton of training here. There's a ton of value. And then look, this is what I wanted to show you here, which I haven't shown you yet, is the high value bonus trainings. Okay, they have audio interviews. They actually have daily audio gold mine. Look at this. Let me just show you. If you click this, it's just audios. They've been doing calls. They do like 11 calls a week, right? So they've recorded their calls and put it up and set it up in an archive. Look at this. 10 years. They have 10 years worth of training. Let me show you here. If you look at 2021, you have every month. Let's say we randomly click April, right? Look at this. Boom. You have all the calls that were done that month, 30, right? One a day. Emails, Robert Kiyosaki, Napoleon Hill, Four Reasons to Be Grateful, The Psychology of Habit, Financial Independence. Uh, I mean, can you imagine that every month we click on July? Look at that. Path to Infinite Returns, Think and Go Rich, Trusting the Process, Power of Practical, Profitable, and Principle-Centered Vulnerability, Daily Goals, The Core of Achievement, Speaking on Other People's Stages, Take Action, 3 Productivity Tips, Become a Master Salesman, The Fatal Salesman. Just, oh my God, it's crazy. And it's 10 years of that. Each one of these years, there's 12 months. Each month, there's 30 trainings, tons of value. So anyway, if you want to check that out, guys, I will leave a link down below, or you can go straight to workwithjamie.com. Hopefully you got some value from this. Subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon. That way, whenever you get a notification from me, you can check out the brand new video that I posted. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next video. Peace.